Hi, it's T with Teaquilts, and today is Saturday, April 25th. It is 9 p.m. Central Standard Time here for the live sewing chat. So if you're looking at this at any other time, know that it's an upload of a live chat. So we're just going to wait for people to come into the room. I just put up the notification about 10 minutes ago. So
Okay, I'm on.
okay. All right, I'm online.
Okay.
All right, so we're just waiting for people to show up since I put the notification up like really late. See if I can turn this just a little bit this way. Linda Griffith says hi T, hi Linda, welcome. Thank you for coming. We've got Slowing Down Joe. Yeah, hello there. And Cheryl Clute says hello T, it just popped up. Yeah, I didn't put it up early. I actually fell asleep. I didn't get like good sleep last night. We had like hard rain, and we have an awning, an aluminum awning. And so all I could hear was all the rain that was popping on that aluminum awning. And I didn't take a nap all day. I've been up working all day. So got tired when it was time to come live. Hi, Leetta. I've been up quilting on a quilt top. Trying to get at least one more project completed for the month for myself. I still have a couple of customer quilts I need to finish as well, but I don't know if I'll get those done before the end of April. I don't know. We'll see. Might get them done next week. Cheryl Clute is saying that it just popped up. Diane 57 is here saying hello all. Hi Diane. So if I'm not real excited today or voice isn't as high, it's because I just woke up not too long ago, about a half hour ago. I fell asleep, didn't even know I'd fallen asleep. And Diane says hello to everybody as well. Leanna says hi T and everyone. Hi Leanna. I see she had said hi T. She was working on it, and these keyboards are something else. Peggy O'Connor is here, says hi T and T Quilters. Hey Peggy. Deb Slavish says hi T. Glad to see you're staying healthy. Yes indeed. Haven't been out. Where did I go out? I had to put something in the mail one day, and that was all I did, was just drop the package in the mail. Rhonda Jones is here, says hello Miss T and all. Hi Rhonda. Raydeen F says hello T, I'm enjoying your pineapple series. Thank you so much. We are going to be sewing the blocks together. I have them over here on my design wall. I have a case probably that's going to be blocking the design wall. You can see the corner a little bit, but you can't see the blocks, but they're over there. Bettina Fink says hey everyone. Hi, welcome. Cheryl says T, black fabric is as scarce as electric. Oh my gosh, don't tell me that, because I need to make somebody a Minnie Mouse quilt. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I got the 12 blocks. I don't think I'm gonna make it any bigger. I think when I squint, you can't tell the difference between teal and green, but it looks pretty to the eye. So I think I'm just gonna stop there, probably do some other pineapple type blocks at some point. I don't know what border I'm gonna put on this quilt yet, so we'll have to figure that out. Maybe I'll just take some of the scraps and just sew them together and make a border. I don't know yet. So you all can give your advice on that. Joan Billing says hi T and everyone. Was just about to go to bed. It's 3 a.m. here. Oh my goodness. but I can't resist the live. Oh my gosh, June. 3 a.m. Goodness. Cheryl said I had to order the last of my searching material to finish the blocks. So she was searching for the last of the black fabric she needed to finish her blocks. Wow, I didn't realize that there was a shortage of black fabric. Have you tried Hancock's Paducah.com as well? They normally have a large inventory. Hi, Maria Mayer. She says hi, T and everyone. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so I haven't even got the machine on. Oh my goodness. So we're going to sew blocks today. Hopefully it shouldn't take us long. I'm almost thinking I'm going to have to probably pin to match the seams, just so that they continue, that they stay aligned. I'm not sure yet. All the seams are going in the same direction. So she said yes, London, UK, but real people in this shutdown is a blessing. So thank you so much, June. I see 2 more coming up, but they haven't gotten to my cell phone yet. So I'm just going to get some blocks off my wall. So I actually got on my pajamas. I was ready. I had already gotten dressed for bed. And then I just threw this shirt on top of my pajamas. Oh my goodness. So let's see if we need to pin this. I'm almost thinking that we should. Think that would be best. Make sure nothing moves. All right. And I don't have anything under my needle. Today I'm not even going to worry about chain piecing. I normally would make some half square triangles. I don't have anything under here because I've been working on masks. And I'm almost out of thread too. So we got a lot of seams here. I'm almost thinking normally I would press one row to the left, one to the right. I'm almost thinking maybe these should be pressed open because they're so thick, with all the seams going in one direction. Let's see who else has come in. Cheryl is saying Joann's and my 2 quilt shops ended up ordering from a fat quarter shop. Okay. So they must have a large inventory too. Rose Swall says, hi T and quilt family. Hi Rose, welcome. Deb Slavitt says, I know what you mean, June. Kim Burris says, hi T and everyone. Hi Kim, welcome. Doris Owens here says, hello everyone. I hope you had a good day and got a lot accomplished. I did. Tiffany Quilting Life is here. Hi Tiffany. She says, hi Mrs. T. Hi everyone. So hi Miss Tiffany. How are you? Diane says you can put a small white border around your quilt. I do have a 1.5 inch strip cut to just finish it off because that's the size I used in my in my pineapple logs. But I'll put that on. I'll let you all see it. Hopefully we'll get the quilt top put together. Thank you, Cam. She's saying the blocks are gorgeous. Debbie Williams is here saying hello. Hi, Debbie. LaConte Middleton is here, says good evening. Welcome. All right, so we're going to go ahead and continue to pin. Trying to keep these blocks in order as well. That's how I pulled them off the wall. So that's why I'm not pinning the whole stack. Although I only got 3. Sets here. But I didn't want to mix them up. I can now probably pin the last 2. Put this one up here so I know it goes first. And I need 4 pins. So I had, when I first got my long arm machine, I had made this quilt top that I was going to put different free motion quilting in each area. I have sashing and cornerstones, but never got it done. So I pulled it out and put it on the long arm yesterday. So I've been quilting on it for 2 days, off and on. This one doesn't go first. So hoping that I'll get that done by the end of the month. We don't have many more days left now. Sewing these in the right order. They all look alike right now. Get the next set of blocks. That right there. Let's see if I picked them up right. The true test. I think so. And Tiffany's saying I'm still sick, but I'm tough. Oh my gosh. Gotta be better days coming, hopefully. Trying to see where did I leave off on in my chat. Diane Ricks is here. Hi Diane. She's saying hi to everyone. And Slowing Down Joe says, so excited. People to listen to. We are totally isolated old folks. Okay, that should be right. Let me pin all 3 of these so I don't get them out of order. And I'm just chain piecing all 12 blocks together so that I don't get them out of order. I don't even have row labels on these. I was like, I can do 12 blocks. Should be easy. Until they get mixed up. So this is number 2. I guess I got neighbors behind me playing music in the backyard because I hear a loud bass. I can't make out what music they're playing. Alright, one more to pin. Ooh. It seems like we're going to be forced to move or something. It seems like more and more houses in my neighborhood are being rented out. And the people that are renting them have no respect for anybody else in the neighborhood. Lord knows I don't want to move because I don't want to pack up just the quilting stuff, okay? And we have a loud noise ordinance. They don't pay it any attention. And Tiffany says, that's all the time here except this mariachi music. Wow. June Hansen is here. Hi, June. Wanda J is here. Hi, Wanda. Cheryl Bean is here. Says, hello, TN everyone. Hope everyone is having a great day. Hi, June. What's that, June? Hold on. That's Cheryl. I'm sorry, Cheryl Bean. June is commenting after that saying, I've got a dairy dog for company. Got a dairy dog. That's pretty cool. That means you have, do you have cows too? These seams are pretty thick. They want to move from under my 1/4 inch foot. Okay. So we're got 9 blocks sewed. When I get this done, and we'll go back and get the last 3. Okay, lost my chat. Let's see who else is here. Woo! Forgot the fan, y'all. see. My chat disappeared. Oh, she says Daisy. I'm thinking she's saying a dairy dog. Daisy the dog. That is funny. Rose says, I can't wait to see these pineapple blocks all together. Diane says, it's terrible like that, Tiff. Just hang in there. Hopefully it gets better soon. Exactly. Mary is here, says, hey y'all, I'm late. Crystal Cochran is here, says, hi, this is my first time catching you live. I usually watch the replay. Well, thank you so much for joining us. If you all got any quilt related questions too, you can put them in the chat as well for newbies that might need an answer to a question. Would be more than willing to do that as well. And let's see. I think that's it. You guys are so great. You all welcome the new people into the channel. Really nice. Let me get my last blocks. Right there. Except I think I may have turned the stack. Let's see. I know which way they go. I think. It'll be all right. They're just blocks. This is where I had the pen, and the pen was this way, so they go that way. Not that it matters. I don't have a whole lot of fabric, so they're just going to be close to each other anyway. I think I used like 40 something fabrics. 12, 12 is 24, 25, 26, 27. So I'd say about 30 fabrics. I probably use a little bit over. There's not a lot of fabrics in this quilt, so I thought I was going to be making more blocks and adding more fabric, but I'm like, I need to stop making everything large, supersized, ginormous. Take a break. Maybe I'll make another one and I can make it bigger with just regular scrappy one at some point. And this is the last one. Just making sure at least it's alternating teal and green. That's the main thing. Alright, we got these 3 to sew. I'll go ahead and sew this so I can get it out the way, and then I'll read the chats. This is where the knee lift's coming in really good to when the seams want to come back the wrong way. I'm able to lift it up, and then the seam lays back down, which is nice. One more block for all of my rows to be sewn together. Losing my chat comments. When I turn back around, they're just gone. Then I have to scroll back. Vicky Lemire's here. Hi, Vicky. Welcome. I can't remember if I said your name earlier. So, we're okay in the chat room. All right, so this is what we have now. I don't know if I can hold it up though. So just the pieces, all the rows, blocks have been sewn together here. So, you know, I don't have, a big iron in this room. Let's see if I can press these seams open with this iron. I'm going to move my cutting mat out and get another surface. Just drinking water today, guys. Bottle of water. I have no idea where my container to pour in here is. We'll see how this goes. Okay. Turn this on. High. Okay. Don't take much water in there. Let's see if we can press any of these seams while we wait for this iron to heat up. Let's see. I'm gonna have difficulty with this chat comments I see. Let me close this and try it opening it again, because I'm having difficulties with the chat comments, because I know you all are talking and saying stuff. It's just not showing up on my phone. Now it's spooling. Let me close it again. Might be my internet's acting up, but I'm still recording, so hopefully that lasts, but I'm not able to get back on the internet. And I rebooted my phone, but let me redo it again. Restart it again. It's gonna take a minute, because it's just spooling, and I don't even have a press stick in here or anything. I wasn't planning on pressing seams at all. So I don't even have a press stick. steam is up for steam, but I don't feel like it's steaming. But it's good and hot. Okay. I've rebooted. See if I can try this again. Okay, it still was spooling some, but it let me in this time at least. See, I knew you all were chatting. It's a whole lot of comments I missed. Wow. Okay. So Tiffany, last comment I read was Tiffany welcoming Crystal, or that I seen. Hi, Michael. Got Carolyn Bowser says, hi, T and fellow quilters. Hi, Carolyn. Mary says, that's the way to do it, Tiff. I write them on the phone and just go right down the list. Even Diane 57 was laughing at me. June says, I got my elastic in the mail, so busy making more masks. Honey, you have made a lot of masks. Diane says, I would like to know why you chose the Easy Quilter over all robotic quilters. I'm leaning towards the Cubot. I can't even remember when I had the Cubot demoed when I was probably at like a national quilt show, because it's been a while now. But I did look at various systems. I felt like I got more features with the Quilt Butler system, and I actually have the videos recorded. I was actually recording another one today. I'm actually on my third project of recording videos for the Quilt Butler, so they'll be coming out. And the first video is my purchase, why I particularly purchased it. But in a nutshell, it was because I got more features for the money. I didn't want to, I had stitch regulation, so I wasn't looking for that in a computerized system. And I wanted to be able to do custom quilting. And I know when I looked at the Elevate, they wanted more money for it, but they weren't willing to give you more features. You could only do pantos. You couldn't do any custom work. I don't think you could even do add different patterns. I don't think you could do that, whereas I could do that on this system. So that's why. And I have a whole slew of other reasons why. It really wasn't a lot of reasons per se, but the main advantage just for getting any computerized system is that I can do double work. So while it's quilting, I can be doing something else. Although today I didn't do anything else, I just quilted. I'm actually quilting that piece I was telling you all about, that I'm doing various quilt stitches. And I'm doing that because I got so many computerized stitches now that if I gave somebody the book of stitches that I have, they're going to go nuts. They're not going to want to look at that. So what I'm going to do is pick out some of the more popular ones, or things that I think are cute. Or I'm also adding things that I want to see what it looks like stitched out myself, so I know whether or not I even want to use it. And so that way I can just show them the quilt when they're dropping off quilts, instead of me showing them an actual book. So I need to do at least 2 more here. I'm just trying to press these seams open because with all of these seams going the same direction when they meet up at the when you're sewing blocks together, you've got all those seams. I was intending originally to just press this to one side or the other, but I think it'll be too much on one side, whichever side I press to. So I'm pressing these seams open. It takes a little longer, plus I don't have my press stick in here. It's at my regular ironing station. And I didn't want to just do this part with just the wooden iron, which I normally use, my little stick. Because I want to make sure they stay. I didn't put starch on these blocks. I did iron them, but I did not put starch on them. So I'm almost finished with pressing 2 rows of seams, so I can sew those together, and then I'll do the last one afterwards. All right, little bitty space here. But my mat fit down here flat, so I'm able to iron what's on the mat. All right, so we're gonna flip this row, and now I gotta put pins in all of this. So let me see if I can read some stuff as I'm pinning, maybe. I think it's just my network. We've had rain all day. I'm trying to find the last question that I answered about the butler. Just having trouble finding it. Okay, that was from Diane Ricks. Diane is asking me, isn't that what your design wall is for, T? Yeah, because I don't want to. I put it up there, but I didn't mark these. I was too lazy to mark them. But I'm figuring I'm just 2 steps away from the design wall in this little bitty room. It's only 12 blocks. I would normally mark most things when I sew them. I don't know why I resisted marking these. Absolutely makes no sense at all. Let's see. Mary says, we went out today. It's been so long, it felt weird. Yeah, it's mostly empty too. It's amazing. Like when I was doing my post office run, like even just day traffic, it's like almost null and void. So some people are staying in. I know some states are opening back up. I think Missouri is still, I thought at one point we had been extended to like March with the double digit, one of those dates, middle of March. But I looked today and it says March 3rd they'll reconsider. So maybe I got us mixed up originally with Chicago or Illinois. Because we're very close to Illinois and St. Louis. So I'm waiting on that. I'm trying to wait to see when is Missouri going to open up, and then I'm not going out when they first open. I'm going to let people figure out if it's really safe, and then start making some decisions after that. I'm going to give it 2 weeks after whenever they say it's okay to go out. And I think the social distancing thing is going to be something that's just going to be part of our norm for a while. unfortunately. Takes longer to pin than it does to sew. So you'll need some more pins here. People are saying that the quilt's going to be awesome. Thank you so much to Joe. Mary says, T, do you like your baby lock? I love my baby locks. I don't know. I don't really sew on my Elissimo over here, so I can't remember. I know when I first got it, I sewed on it just so I could know how to use it. And that's been so long ago. I don't know if it's so faster, but the only thing I don't like is that my Elagio just so slow. It's just so slow. It has a speed button and I have it up on high. And it's just slow. It's just slow. I don't know if they're all like that. I only have 2 baby locks, so. And I think after I get done with whatever I'm working on this month, I may have to stop. I got to determine if we're going to still have the Teaquilts retreat. I'm trying to wait and see when they open us up. And I'm hoping that they open us up before the 15th of May. So that way, if people go out, we'll have a way of knowing if it's okay, if it's safe to go out or not. And see what that does. But I would really hate to have to cancel retreat, but we'll see. Not necessarily cancel, but it'll need to be rescheduled, and it may have to be rescheduled for next year or something. I don't know. We canceled our May retreat just because we had to do it within 30 days. And since the places are not open, we just opted to go ahead and just cancel our retreat because we don't know what's going to happen, and we didn't want to lose our money. So we didn't ask for money back. We just rescheduled it for next year because we go on our retreat every year. So this seems really weird. We've been going on retreats for over 20 years or so, every year in May, and this is the first year that we're not going. So a whole lot of stuff has changed. I know a lot of people have had birthdays. I've had a few friends and a lot of family members where they've had major numbers and weren't able to celebrate that out or with family. So, you know, we're all doing things differently now. Thank you, June. Mary says it's pretty. Kim says those colors are so vibrant. It says that the red really makes it pop. Yep. I'm just glad it's getting done. Wanda says, I have been on oxygen for 2 years now, and it has helped so much. Wish I had listened to my doctor when he wanted it for the first time. I think they're talking and giving Tiffany some ideas and suggestions. And I don't know, I just start reading comments, guys. Crystal says she's making masks too. My elastic arrived yesterday. I know a lot of people have been saying they got some elastic. I had a lady here in the St. Louis area. She ordered something like 100 yards so that she could share with the people in our quilting guild. And she just had them pay cost. She ordered a big spool of it off of Amazon, I think, right at the beginning. But I didn't run out of elastic because I ended up switching to straps because everybody wanted straps. So I still have a little bit of elastic left. My mask this week went to, I made a lot of them for the postal, made some for postal people. I think I made 4. I made 6 of those. And then I made, my husband needed his redone. And then I had some people requesting them that work for the state. The state offices were open, but they weren't accepting, they're not accepting any public visitors. But one of the places had shut down because somebody in the building had tested positive for COVID. So they had to, she's been off for a couple of weeks and now they all have to go back. So she needed some masks. So got her taken care of. Oh, I don't like pressing seams open without my press stick. It is so much harder. I don't know why I'm not getting any steam. Oh. I thought it was all the way up. It was not. User error. Can't complain to the company if you're not using it right. There it goes. Now I run out of water in like 2 seconds flat, this little bitty water tank. But hey, I got some steam. These masks are for my daughter and nephew. They need them by Monday. They just found out today. I guess they got to go back to work too, I guess. Maria says, been straightening up my sewing room and found blocks I had forgotten about. Working on some now. Ain't that the truth? So this is the boring part, guys. Especially when I'm not on an ironing board with a press stick. And guess I could go get a press stick, but then I'd leave the camera. That lets me know maybe I need to put one in here at some point. Lisa Peg is here. Says hello to you and everyone. Hi Lisa, welcome. Thank you for coming back and sewing with us. I'm doing the boring part of this task, is pressing these seams open. And then I'm doing it with a little bitty iron, so that doesn't help either. Itty bitty iron. Diane says that for the Easy Butler, the price of the screen was a turnoff for me. 1,000 difference from the regular size to the larger size. I have older eyes and need the larger screen. And you know, if you go to, this is the thing, if you go to a quilt show, a national quilt show, they have specials on the price. And that's where I actually got mine from. But then I ended up ordering it from a local person. That's where I got my price from. But then I didn't buy it because I didn't want to spend, I had a great price. I had like at the show, I think the show was running some kind of special of $4,500. Yeah, and so I had even bargained with them If I pay cash, can I even get that even lower? And I did. And then I was like, I went back to the hotel room because I said, I tell you what, because I would have had to switch money around to do that. And so I tell you what, I'll go to my hotel room. I'll switch, money from one account to the next so that, the the order would go through. And I got to the hotel room and I'm like, okay, you can get a great deal on something, but if it's not installed, then what good is it? So I didn't buy it because it wasn't going to be installed at that price. That's the problem with buying things at the National Quilt Show, especially if the company that's selling it is making the money and not the people who are going to be your um, people. How are you going to get educated and all of that other kind of stuff? That's a problem. So yeah, so I could have got it a whole lot cheaper. Got one more block here to press so we can sew that next row. Yeah, but I paid a lot more money for my system just because I had wanted to have a contact person I could call. I did it because knowing that it was going to be installed by them or somebody, instead of me spending that kind of money and then that equipment just laying down. And my husband, even though he's a machinist, he just does not like messing with my quilting stuff. That's just not what he likes to do. So, and I'm not gonna enforce him or force him or make him do something that he doesn't want to do, because when people are forced to do something they don't want to do, they don't do a great job. So yeah, but there are ways of getting the systems cheaper than just going straight to the online number. So it ended up, I had my friend Ann McNew, she's been in the chat a few times, and she knew the owner, and so that's how I got hooked up with him. But I am he told me to go ahead and buy the system and that we'll work out some kind of deal later. So that's what I ended up doing. And that's because I do make YouTube videos. I do everything on YouTube videos anyway, but I figure you can always ask. The answer can be no. I'm still going to do a video. So it doesn't really matter. But the videos are coming. I've just been doing a lot of recording. The only video that I do have edited is why I bought the system. I guess I'll just go ahead and release that. I was trying to release 2 videos on that topic on the same day so I could show you a technique other than just talking about the system. But maybe I should just go ahead and release the one video that I do have edited. Just go ahead and upload that. It's ready to be uploaded, and that shouldn't take too long. So maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I get it uploaded, since today is almost gone. And maybe I'll do that while I'm multitasking with sewing tomorrow. On my quilt top that's on my quilting frame, I have about 2/3 of the blocks and sashings and cornerstones done. So I got another third to do, and then I have the borders. So the borders are going to be, I have no idea what I'm going to do with the borders, but I'm trying to make a stitch quilt, a stitch out quilt. And so I'm thinking maybe I'm going to do more than one border and maybe putting something in the middle too, different, just so I can show more design. So that's kind of where I'm at. Just haven't gotten there yet. So hopefully the rain will stop. We've had rain for a few days off and on now. Of course, whenever you want to cut your grass, that's when it starts to rain. grass is high outside. It's ridiculous. Got certain sections of it is over 12 inches. So yeah, it's all pinned, ready to go. And we can sew this together. Let me answer some questions because I'm so far behind. Thank you, Lisa. Rose Walls, thank you so much. She says, don't forget to thumbs up this video. June says, we had a bad thunderstorm with hail this evening. I don't think we've had hail. It's just been a lot of heavy rain. We had hail last week, I think. Mary says, they've had several hailstorms already this year. T, how big are you going to go? How many blocks? This is it, Tiffany, 12 blocks. Lisa says, barely anyone has thumbs up. Come on, y'all. It's okay. It'll be all right. It ends up working out. I think some people are watching on the televisions where you can't thumb up. And then if you are, like when I'm watching on my iPad, sometimes I can thumbs up and sometimes I can't. It depends on which view I'm in. So I do understand that. And Tiffany saying it was 100 here today. Everyone should go outside so the sun can kill their virus. I think we're going to need more than that. They hoping that that works, but I don't think that's going to work. And Vicky wants some of that heat. Diane is also saying, please like, hit that button that shows some love to T. Hit that thumbs up button. Thank you, Diane, as well. Peggy says St. Louis and St. Louis County until 5:15. Okay, state of Missouri is 5-3. Okay, that's where I was confused, and I knew I had seen a double digit, but then when I Googled and asked about the state of Missouri, I forgot that St. Louis City and St. Louis County made their own stay-at-home before the state even got on board. So I forgot that we are more aggressive than the state. The governor was so far behind St. Louis City and County with the stay-at-home. So thank you, Peggy. I thought I had seen double digits somewhere, so it's May 15th. Yes. And June says, we passed a terrible number for the virus today. So sad. Yes, it is. It's just ridiculous. And Kansas is 5-3. I don't like it. We just had a foolish protest at the Capitol. Yeah, it's a lot of people are protesting. Even had one in Canada today. And their governor had to get on and make a announcement. Tiffany's trying to get visitors to Arizona. She's telling them that they can come get a tan and then go home. Kim says, our governor got shut down from what I saw on our local news, which is sad. People need to pay attention. Yes, because I'm not going to be the first one out my door. I can tell you that. When you're just opening up, and if I feel like your numbers haven't even peaked yet, which is what happened in Georgia. The numbers had not even peaked and you're already opening up. So and Vicky says she hasn't been anywhere for 2 months. Wow. See, I have been to, when it first started, I had ran to Sam's and got some stuff, or what I could, because people were quick on buying everything out. I got a couple of things that I needed, and then my sister actually got toilet paper for me, which I couldn't get. And toilet paper in my area has not been on the shelf at all. And if you're not there when they pull it out and you don't know when it's going to come in on the truck, they don't even take it off the pallet. It disappears from the pallet. It never touches the shelf in my area. So I don't know what these people are doing with toilet paper over here, but I had to go to my sister went to a whole nother Sam's to find toilet paper for me. It was so crazy. And Tiffany says that they've got 33 cases with 55 plus K people here. So Just trying to catch up on some of these and skipping some of them. Hi, Claudette. Welcome. She says, hi, T and everyone. Diane says, go get that stick, T. I'm almost done now. But it sure is easier with my strip stick. Lisa says, fussy custom mask, styling, and camo mask. Those guys are so picky, laughing out loud. Yeah, I know a lot of people. My husband, he would have taken like some blue mottled fabric, some brown mottled fabric. But I realized he just basically want black. So I made his out of black Kona cotton. And he was happy as could be once he got them in black. And Diane says for guy mask, she's using 4th of July Army fabric. That's pretty cool. My nephew brought fabric that he wanted, but my daughter-in-law is easy to please, but have to watch because she works in a grocery store kind of high up. Diane says, wow, I was going to have my son install the Q-Bot for me. When KC, Missouri opens up after 5:15, I will go and talk to Beth about the Quilt Easy. Thank you so much for your info and time. Sadly, Beth is not a Quilt Easy representative at this time. For some reason, they're no longer doing it. And I didn't realize when I got my system installed. Let's see, I purchased it, say, early December, end of November, something like that. I had saw it again and talked with John is the general manager of Quilt Easy. And so I had talked with him at the Houston Quilt Show. I bought it the end of November because I was trying to see if they were going to have like a Black Friday sale anywhere where it would be a little cheaper. And they did not. I contacted Beth and they did not. And so I paid for it, and then I told her that I wasn't interested in doing it before Christmas because I was having Christmas at my house. You know, anything during Christmas is just too much when you're having to clean out an area so that people can come and install something, which is major because I store up under my long arm system, so I had to move some of my stuff. Oh, I thought I did, but he ended up working around it and didn't even move my table at all. But yeah, but for some reason I found out like my system got installed the end of January, the beginning of February, maybe February 6th or so. I found out that Beth was no longer, she told me that she was no longer a Quilt Easy dealer. And I'm staying neutral because I did not ask any questions because I was not happy about it because I just bought my system, just got it installed. And technically, I do not have anybody now to give me training, although Beth is very nice and she's saying that she'll still give me some assistance if I need it. But I'm one of those people, I'm very computer literate. If I can't figure something out, I'll figure it out. I'll keep working with it until, you know, it just don't work anymore. But I'll try to figure things out. So I'm glad that I am very computer literate. I have not had to call her for anything. So I've been able to work this system and figure stuff out so far. I'm sure there's going to come a time when I'm going to need to do something like really creative and I'm not going to be able to figure it out. But right now, the things that I'm doing all over pantos. I'm doing cropping into pantos so I can put other stuff in it. I've also know how to do some custom work. I just got to learn now how to do borders, and I should be learning that pretty soon with the quilt that's on my machine because I'm going to put some corners on these quilts. I'm going to put some corners on and then add on the next piece that goes with the corners. So hopefully I'll know how to do that too. So I don't know who's going to be this area's dealer. Have no idea. So if you got a Q-Bot representative that can give you some training in this area, then that's what I would go with. And you could still check with Beth and see if she sells the other system too. She might sell it. I don't know. She sells long arms and stuff. So Lisa says the husband and number one son happy with the black ones. I think they pretend to be ninjas. That's funny. gosh. Internet Wallace is saying hello. Hello, Antoinette. Peggy says that stitch quilt is going to be cool. Great idea. And it would be very nice to see how they look. Yes, and it's interesting to me too, because as I'm stitching some of these out, I'm like, I don't like this, because when you're looking at it on screen, everything looked like it's a closed circle, and then when you stitch stuff out, you find out that it's not actually a closed circle. So like I said, I got some things on there that I thought would be cool to be, when they stitched out, and some things are not so cool when they stitch out. So I'm learning a lot as I'm doing it, but it's going to stay in there anyway. So Adrian Riaz is here. Hi, Adrian. She says, hey to everyone. Sandra Hobbs says, hello. I just got a machine for the first time. Never sold before. Oh, my goodness. Are you in for some fun? You just got to use it. I think sometimes we get stuff, we leave it in boxes and we don't use it. I think if you've got a sewing machine, now is the time to get it out and start learning how to use it. And I remember when I first started quilting, I am self-taught, because there was not a lot of stuff on YouTube at that time, and there was not anything free on YouTube. You had to pay for stuff, and so they would show you how to make something, but they wouldn't give you not one direction or cut this size. They would just tell you, you're just going to take these squares and add these triangles and do this and do that, and they wouldn't give you any sizes. So I think now with YouTube, it's just awesome. You get it all. You got enough on YouTube to get you started, and then you can go into your own specialty. So I'm so excited for you, Sandra. June says, when I was in the store on Saturday, we had TP, Kleenex, and paper towels for the first time. Wow. My grocery store still shelves. All that whole aisle is just empty. My son says the reason people hoard the bathroom tissue is because if someone coughs, everyone spoils their pants. That's funny. And Mary says, yes, T, they are still hoarding TP, paper towels, and sanitizer. Yeah, and I haven't seen hand sanitizer. It's been missing in action from the Dollar Tree, because I've been trying to buy some for a year and still haven't seen any there. It's been missing in action. So when this really came out, I didn't even buy any because I've been trying to get it, the ones for $1. So I didn't get that either. And Mary is warning Sandra, watch out, it's addicting. She's so true. And Sandra says she's excited. June says, I work in government and competition, and leg pulling versus... What? Leg pulling was funny because the Oxbridge crowd. Us secretaries had dress codes too. That is funny. I don't know what they discussing. I just happened to read the wrong comment. Francine is here. She says, happy Saturday evening, T quilters. Still doing masks and hoping for a speedy recovery of this crisis. I am as well. And Francine says, looked for Kona, black and white, and no one has. Wow. Ain't that something? Dee Dee is here. She says, I was watching on TV, but came on to give you a thumbs up. Still making masks. Number keeps growing. I'm going to have to say no. Yes, and that's what I found. That's why I had to start charging people some kind of nominal fee, because I would have people just call me and go, are you still making masks for free? It's like, no explanation, no nothing, just want a free mask. It's like, I'm not here. I'm not a mask factory, and I can't make everybody that I know a mask, but I would, I try to help as many people as I can that need them. But if you're willing to spend a nominal fee, then I also give them free masks at that point. But I'm just not going to be known as the free mask people, especially for people that have never even contacted me before. We've been friends or aware of each other, like, Facebook friends or line dancing friends or, that kind of stuff. Other than my family, I've been making them for my family. But other than my family, I'm not making masks for people for free that I don't talk to on a regular basis. And most of my friends that I talk to on a regular basis, they sew, so they've already made their own mask. So yeah, but it is ridiculous. You could be swamped with masks, especially doing them for free. Sandra, get that machine out and make something. That's from Diane. That's too funny. Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and go. You all are talking about various dress codes at the stores. We're almost finished with this particular part. Hard part will be pressing this seam with this little iron. Trying to make sure all of these seams lay flat and don't get flipped back. Crystal says, I tell people that they have to give me postage. I also say, if the Lord leads you to send more money, I appreciate the blessing. People have been blessing me. That's nice. And my family, when I did send theirs to them in the mail, they did send me like a cash app for postage and some overage. So that is nice. That's nice. Because I know the ones that have been contacting me recently, I don't think those are the people that are into the blessing business. Because even when I tell them, okay, give me, they cost this amount of money, I was charging like $5. And then they would order 2, and then I would give them like 2 or 4. They didn't even say thank you for the extra mask or anything. So, no. I just want them to, I figure if people are willing to pay something, that they really need them. Otherwise, you're just making them for people just because you can make them for them. So, but I think they need to pay something. Almost finished with this seam. And then I think I'm just going to put this white strip. Oh, Diane was saying make it like a bigger. See, I cut 1-inch strip, 1.5-inch strip, 1-inch finish. Diane's thinking just make it white and leave it alone. Make it bigger. But I don't have that fabric cut. My little steam fast iron. It's putting in overtime. What time is it? It's 10:13. I did put it up. I didn't realize I had put this up. I think after I made my last set of masks, I put this up as I'm not doing it anymore, but you know I'll be making more masks soon as somebody asks, right? Now this is not working very well on this wool press mat because it's not hard. Still better than nothing though. Get these seams open. Okay, that's 1 block. 3 more to go. Especially when you don't have a big space. Let's see if I can. I'm just trying to use the presser to give it a little memory. And people have been asking me where I got this from. I have contacted the company via email and phone call where I've left a message. So I haven't gotten any response back. So, and they don't have it on their website. So I don't know if something is going on with that particular family, because I can't fathom that a business is not responding. So I'm just praying for that business and hoping that everything is okay, because I have met and talked with them a couple of times and I can't see them just ignoring emails and phone calls. So just pray for them. Hope everything is wonderful with them. They could be quarantined somewhere else. You know, they could have gotten locked out the state if they were traveling or something. You just never know. So we have a lot of people in Missouri that snowbird other places. So you just never know. One more section and we're done with the pressing. I can show you it all together. I think I'm going to quilt some pineapples on this. Since it's a pineapple quilt. Alright. So this is what we got. Right here. All done. Now, I think Diane was saying put like a white border on here, maybe 4-inch white border maybe, and just call it done. Don't have to piece anything else. So maybe I'll cut that out. I won't put the white one on here because I couldn't figure out what borders I was going to put on, but I'm like, you can go ahead and cut some 1.5-inch strips and put on so you finish off the white. But I think I might do that, and then that way I don't have to put anything else on it, but I don't have that cut or in this room. Let me cut my threads from when I started stitching the rows, since I didn't chain piece. Because I think I'm done right now with this. So all right. Kayla is here. Hi, Kayla. And she says hello to everyone. Francine says, I guess no one likes cucumber melon hand sanitizer because that's what's left to order at Bath and Body Works. That's funny. Cheryl says, my community organization supplies the fabric and ties I just sew. They are very generous. That's nice. Kayla saying, I made masks for my immediate family and was done. She says, I'm still working full time from home and do not have the time or the desire to make more. And see, that's totally different too, because a lot of people are working from home. I think a lot of people that are making the majority of the masks are retirees or people that were laid off and don't work from home, because a lot of people were making hundreds of masks, and I couldn't imagine how they would do that unless they were already at home, retired, or they were laid off and didn't have to work from home. So thank you, Francine. She says that's gorgeous tea. Same thing from Slowing Down Joe. And Cheryl saying that her and her sister have an order for 40 mask, I guess. Karen Notley says, looks absolutely wonderful tea. Thank you so much, Karen. Rose saying that is beautiful. Kayla says, I think the red would be pretty as a border too. See, that's what I was trying. I was thinking I was going to put red on here. So should I put red, um, red 1.5 inch? Should I put the white and then put the red on here? Tiffany saying she loves it. June says her husband makes, I don't know what she's saying about busybodies. Thanks, Peggy. She says that's pretty, and Diane says it's beautiful. Crystal says very nice. It looks like the blocks take a lot of time to piece together. I did this in the sewing sessions. This is number 5. I think I've done it in 4 sewing sessions while I've been chatting. So 2-hour sewing sessions with chats. I got it, the blocks made in 4 of those, and then in the 5th one, I just put the blocks together. So I didn't do a whole lot today. I had cut the 1-inch border. So we'll see. Tiffany talking about her girls left now, so I have 100% attention span. June Billings go wild tea. That's beautiful. Thank you. Mary says love it, love it. Wanda J says beautiful tea. Love the colors. Thank you so much. Francine says I don't have the AccuQuilt system, but I found paper piecing one I'm thinking about doing. Yes, and that's a good substitute. It's the paper piecing blocks. You just are limited to the size of the paper that you can print out of your printer. So that's a great way of doing them. You just got to peel the paper off afterwards, or use a muslin base and just keep it all in there. It's just going to make it thicker. So, and Mary says that Kayla, I was thinking red also. Radine F says our local rum distillery is making hand sanitizer, coconut fragrance too. That's pretty cool. Diane says I made masks for my mailman. He wrote me a thank you note. That's so sweet. I took the ones I made to the post office, gave them to the front desk clerks, the people that are talking to the people day in and day out, talking to the public. And then I also gave my mail carrier one. My niece also is a mail carrier. I made her one. I didn't make one for my second cousin though. She's out of town. I didn't make her one. That's because I had found that I had in my fabric the Tim Holtz postal fabric. I didn't even realize. I knew I had it, but it's been so long because I had bought it maybe 2 years ago. I was going to make my mail person, my mail carrier a quilt, but then he got reassigned somewhere else, or either he retired and I could never find him again. So. And Francine says, the most masks I've made in a day was 25. My back was about on fire. Kudos to those amazing sewists that have done so many. Yes, Lord. I think the most I've made was like 12 or 13. And it's just not something, I know that it's needed, but it's not anything that gives me any kind of joy. Other than the fact that I'm giving them to people. When I give them to people that I know need them, that's where I get my true joy out of it. But just sewing them the whole time I'm sewing, it's just not something that is interesting for me. C-Rax MC says, T, that's easy for you to say. They are pretty easy to sew because I cut with the AccuQuilt die cut system. And so all the ends, all the points were already trimmed off. I knew exactly where those pieces were going to lay. So it really was easy to sew this together. I actually showed it in video. So if you don't believe me, go back and watch. Watch the first video where I tell you how I cut, and then I also start sewing, and I get the blocks, like 6 blocks, I get them over halfway done. So it is easy to do. Tiffany says, I made a total of 5 masks. That is it, no more. 2 for one kid and 2 that were too small for my hub's big nose, haha, and 1 for him that actually fit. So yeah, I ain't knocking anybody that don't want to make them, because I understand. Kim says, have a good night all. Can't seem to stay awake. Good night, Kim. Thank you so much for coming to sew with me today. Cheryl says, good for you. Mary, you will definitely be busy, but you'll be helping your community. Deborah Swafford says your quilt is beautiful. Thank you so much, Deborah. I appreciate that. And a lot of people are saying good night to Kim. So I think I'm caught up on comments for once. So this wasn't a heavy sew night because all I had to do was sew the blocks together. I want to cut this iron off though before I forget. I thought I was gonna, you know, what time is it? It's 10:25. You know, I could go ahead and put the white on here and then sew like a red border on here as well, since I already got these cut. So since I'm just sitting here anyway, you guys are nice to chat with. June says, when I went to my post office, they had a big heavy plastic up and you put stuff on counter and they would take it from there, no mask. And they did put up, eventually get plastic shields put up, but you can still, they're open in between. And then what they did was they put tables down for people that had to fill out stuff so that you weren't writing on the counter anymore. You had to do all your writing on a table that was kind of low. But I understand what they have to do. It wasn't going to bother me because I do all mine at home anyway. And I try not to even get in that line. It's got to be something I can't figure out how to do at home. Like if I'm mailing international, then I may have to get in line because I can't figure it out. When I do PayPal mailing for international, it's never right. So I don't want them to send the stuff back to me. So I just go ahead and go up there and pay at the counter. But that's the only time I get in line. So maybe I'll go ahead and sew these. And then all I have to do is just cut some red and sew that on. So people be asking me how to put borders on. I got a video on it, but I started in the middle. I had my strip where I pressed it in the middle so I knew where half was. So I put that on the middle of my blocks. I already know where half is because half of it is at 2 blocks if I'm putting it on the 4 block side. And now I'm putting a pin on each end, but I like to come in about 1.5 inches, 2 inches from the end where I put that pin. And then I make sure that I'm making sure this turns out flat here. And then I just walk my hands down to the middle and put a pin in. And that'll be at the middle of the block because that's where the middle is. You could also press in more than your center seam. I just tend to press in my center seam. Unless it's a big quilt, then I'll press in some quarter seams. But for this quilt, 1 seam was enough. And then when I get ready to do the top and bottom, I'll have to fold, make a fold on my quilt top, so I know where the center is on that center block. That way you know your quilt's gonna stay square. You don't ever want to take a piece of fabric that's bigger than your quilt top and sew it to your quilt top and then chop it off. Your quilt's not gonna be square because you'll end up using more fabric than you really need. So I always pin my borders on. That is not one place where I skimp on the pinning, where I skip on it. I can do it on the blocks, but I make sure I do it right on the borders. No shortcuts. You'd be surprised how many quilts I quilt where the borders aren't straight. But we make it work. And the old adage that it quilts out, it doesn't quilt out by itself. We help make it quilt out. And sometimes we can't quilt it all out. So I just put borders on the 2 long sides. And I'm going to go ahead and sew these. And then maybe I'll just add red on the outside since I already got these cut. And I hate to waste my fabric. I might run out of bobbin thread at some point. I haven't been paying attention. I got my pins kind of back a little bit so I can sew over them. I'm just right on the tips of the pin if I do hit it. I'm lazy. I sometimes sew over pins. It depends on the thickness of the pins. These are real thin. Just make it go quicker. And then I cut my iron off. Thought I was done. I didn't want to walk out of this room and leave it on. We'll cut it back on. By the time I'm ready, it'll be there. It may be out of water by now, but that's okay too. I'll press this fully on my big ironing board. Okay, I'm just gonna get this other side, slide it up under and continue on. And then I'll release that cut. I had my Gamma computer, my iPad on it malfunction today where it just wanted to do the tacking stitch and that was it. I was in the middle of quilting and all of a sudden it just started only doing the tacking stitch. It's like, what are you doing? So first I closed the software and then reopened it and restarted it up. It was doing the same thing. And then after that, I was like, okay, we need to reboot this whole system. So I rebooted the iPad that runs it. And it's been sewing fine ever since. And it's so weird because I oiled it before I started sewing today. And ran it through the oiling cycle. So that was just very weird. That's the first time I've had anything like that happen. Anything computer based, they're going to ask you, have you turned it off and restarted it? So that's why I did that, because I didn't want that question to be asked of me. Okay, I'm trying to make sure we still got thread down there. All right. So now I can press these seams. So my 4 blocks, my blocks are 10 inches finished. So I cut strips 40 and a half to put on the sides, because if I've got 4 blocks times 10-inch finished is 40, plus the 1/4 inch seam allowance on each end. What are you spitting for? Why are you doing that? You're just mean. Just being mean. I guess that was just the last of the water coming out. They telling Tiffany she's so fast she don't have time to take out the pins. Yeah, that's the one thing. Is like this machine does not sew super fast at all. So it's up on high, but that's it. And people think because I when I'm real productive, I do a lot, and people think it's because I have a machine that sews fast. It's like I really don't sew fast. When in doubt, reboot. That's right, Diane. For some reason, I'm getting like my fabric is getting wet, but I don't have any heat. Hold on. Okay. Max. I don't know. We're seeing what's going on here. Because I don't want wet fabric. Okay. Let me go back and iron where it's wet. I mean, it is like dripping wet. That's not the look I'm going for. Good night, Rose. Okay, it's drying up now. Maybe I didn't turn it all the way on. Because I'm sure most of the time when stuff goofs up, it's user error. Except for today, I was already quilting, so there was no excuse for my gamma to start just doing the automatic stitch. Now that one I'm not taking responsibility for. I think what I'll do is I'll use this sparkle red that's in the middle of my blocks as my border. And just don't piece it, because I'm not interested in like jazzing this up. I just want it done. Alright. So, got the side borders on. Borders are laying flat here. No puckers, no waviness. Straight borders. This end, I think that's the side that got wet. Still a little bit damp. It got more on the fabric than I thought. We don't want to leave this wet with red fabric, do we? Good night, Leetta. See you hopefully soon. Probably not the month of May, but I'm hoping in June. Okay. You all know I lost the strips, right? I don't know what I did. Oh, they're on the wall. Kayla says, what do you plan to do with the quilt? Is it for someone else? I have no idea at this point. If some baby comes along, I might give it away. Or I was thinking if I did more of them, that I could do like a workshop or presentation on the pineapple quilt. So I can see where my center is because of my piecing. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that on there. I don't even have to fold my center. Tiffany saying, stay safe, T. Remember we had this issue on New Year's night where it was a lot of shooting going on behind my house. And I'm thinking, okay, it's just New Year's. But it went on for like 40 minutes or so while we were live. It's like I'm sitting up here. I mean, this wall is right out on my deck. I'm like, they start shooting this way. How you go from playing music to now we shooting guns? And then he asking me questions. What am I going to do? Look out and go open the door and check it out? No. I'm not the one. I'm not that kind of nosy. I just want the shooting to stop from behind my head. Jennifer says, if some baby comes along, all the people, people having babies. I do know of a line dancer that has a baby, but I don't know her well enough to give her a quilt. So, it's always somebody that's having a baby, especially with us being quarantined. We'll find out in 9 or 10 months who was having all the fun. My husband's in the basement, and my deck got him covered in the basement. All of those windows are covered with the deck, so he's fine. He don't even hear stuff. He's just down there watching television, living his best life. I have to, I said, did you hear the police siren? He go, He doesn't hear anything. So, I guess I should open the door to my phone will tell me if somebody ring my doorbell. So, I was getting ready to say, because if the police come to my house, I guess I should answer the door. Shit. Somebody, do you mind if we send somebody to your house? You can, but I don't know what to tell you. And Mary says that's scary and why I don't leave home. I don't go as many places as I used to go. I stopped line dancing because all the classes, or the majority of the classes, I can go to one in my neighborhood now, and it's at the library. But most of the classes were all at night, and then I had to drive across town. And it was like, no, I'm not going to be doing that. Driving at night. So I stopped going to line dance classes, and I was even teaching line dance class and stopped that. I decided my quilting was more important than line dancing. I was trying to see if I heard somebody talking outside the front, trying to hear my front door. I don't want the cops to bust my door down. Oh, gosh. Okay, I ran out of bobbin in the middle, so I've been air sewing. That's part of the process as well. Oh, goodness. Okay, I took all my pins out. So, I'm going to hold it out flat, find a spot where it meets, let the rest of it go, sew for a few inches, and then do the same thing again. And now I've got my pins back that I didn't take out, because I knew it wasn't working. And I can close up the your bobbin's almost empty notice. And then we got just this one side. Now I don't have the red borders cut, so I'll cut like maybe 4.5-inch red borders or something like that and put those on. And maybe I'll wait and put those on too. Some of the people that left here tonight thought I was finished, but I went ahead and put this border on, so I'll wait and do that. Maybe. We'll see. You put it on the exact same way as you did this border. We'll see how much free time I get. I need to be editing. That's what I need to do. Otherwise, you all are never going to get another video. I do hear sirens now. Okay. And Kelly A said, yeah, baby boom number 2 is coming. June says, chicken, we had shots down the street from, but don't know who it was. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know who's shooting. I'm just telling you where I'm hearing shots. And the funny thing is, I have a large backyard, so my house has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 houses that touch my fence. So I don't know where they're coming from. People naming their kids Corona. And she says, oh good, but what if the cops come to the door and he answers? I will hear it because it's on my phone. My husband he ain't too quick. I'm the one that answer the phone. I'm the one that answer the door. My husband, he likes people, but he's real low key. He's real low key. He'll come up just to be nosy, but I've already got the door by then. Like I said, I got the Ring doorbell, so it'll pop up on my phone if they ring the doorbell. Mary says ignorance is bliss. Right, I'm always up in the middle of the night because I hear something and I'm out the windows trying to peek and see what it is. And my husband is just knocked out. I sleep so light that sometimes it is a curse. Cheryl says, I ran out of bobbin so many times today, drives me crazy. Yes. And that's the other thing I don't like about this machine, although I just tolerate it, is that it doesn't take the supersized bobbins. It's, it's an older baby lock, but it's an embroidery machine as well, but it takes the floppy disk. So here we go now with the border, and you can see the border's on here straight. It's not doing all that waving because it was cut to size and put on here. So I'll cut my next ones to size. So I don't know if I told you, I added 30 for my blocks and then 1 inch for the borders on the side. So this was cut 32 inches, 32.5 inches, because you got to add your seam allowance. So, and I'll cut some red and add those on. This will be really cute. And then, like I said, since I'm doing designs, and I just purchased a design that has actual pineapples, and I think I might quilt that over the top in maybe a light blue thread. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see when I get there. Okay, trying to see. Okay, trying to cut this off now. I'm gonna unplug it, so I don't know why I'm over here struggling with it. But it seems like, okay, yeah. I'm gonna unplug it anyway. Plug back up my other cord I took out. Might want to plug my phone in just in case. All right, so now we can just chat. It's 10:52. Time flies. As you all probably noticed, I got more and more awake as we got through this live, right? Mary says, it's too bad we become prisoners of our homes. Topeka has a terrible gang problem. It's just sad. I don't understand why people impose on other people's rights, or your right to be unbothered. Kelly A says, that's okay, T. We now have you live. Tiffany says the same as her husband. He sleeps through it all. Cheryl, Diane's talking to Cheryl. She says, I make up several bobbins up before I start a project. I fill my whole bobbin case, and it lasts me, if I'm sewing really a whole lot, it might last me a week to a week and a half. And then I always just wind all of them at one time. So I got like, it holds, let me see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So it holds 12 bobbins. And Tip also says, oh, adding the red is going to be awesome. Thank you. I just put that white on there because I felt like it needed, since it was the background of my pineapples, and needed a little bit spacing. But I think the red would be great. Cheryl says, one time today when I opened the bobbin case, the bobbin was in 2 pieces. It's been one of those days. I've had that happen a time or two. Or open your bobbin case and you're pulling out the small bobbin bits, that thread bits that shouldn't even be in there. T, my son does that. Must be a guy thing. Wait till we answer. And Mary, Diane says, yes, it will be cute. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mary, saying it's gorgeous. Chat till the police get there. If I'm chatting till the police get here, y'all on the iPad. If it had been on the phone, y'all would have been going with me. Shoot. Teresa McBrayer is here, says hi. She's saying hi to Tiffany's Quilt Live. Sandra says, I just watched your mask video. It was awesome. Thanks for sharing. You're welcome. If you're going to put that, put fabric ties on, make sure you put that tuck under the chin part. And Diane says, my hubby only wakes up at my voice. Ain't that something? Vicky says, T, you said your address live. Uh-oh. Well, they asked me. I think they did ask me. So I'll have to go back and see if I can edit that part out. Thanks, Vicky. Hi, T. Glad to catch you live. That's from Teresa. Hi, welcome. Diane Watson says, hi, T. Sorry we had to cancel your program with our Quilt Guild this month. Love your live streams. Thank you so much, Diane. Hey, it was for your safety and my safety as well. So I fully understand that. Have no problems with that. Because I probably would have been the one to cancel anyway, just out of nervousness. So I appreciate that. We'll end up getting stuff rescheduled later. So it'll all work out in the end. Kayla says, the quilt is beautiful. That is what is next on your agenda? Girl, I gotta work on the quilt along that I want to do with Kevin. That's with Kevin's project. So I want to do that. So that's gonna be my next project. You're already in the Teaquilt sew along group, so you're okay when it comes out. So yeah. And Teresa saying, I'm glad I caught you live. And we're not gonna be on here too much longer. We came on at 9 p.m. I try to do 2 hours when I do a sew along. See, I'm just getting a message from Show Me Quilting now. See, she has her own users group and she's still willing to help us even though she's not a demonstrator. So that's pretty cool. But let's see what I think she might be just canceling April's meeting that she normally have because of the lock-in. Yeah, because most of Missouri is still under a stay-at-home. Well, it is. All of Missouri is at a stay-at-home until May 3rd, as Peggy said, and then St. Louis City and County. And then a lot of the different counties can have their own date. And I completely forgot about that. And that's basically because I have no intentions of going out whenever it's lifted. So, yes. So that's why I said she's really still being sweet and helping people that need help anyway. So, and Tiffany says it's just now 9 where she is. And Diane is still working on her swap blocks in between making masks as well. Those are also due in May. So yeah. Crystal says, I'm in New Jersey. We have to stay at home until May 15th. I'm thinking that's going to be their reconsideration date. At least the numbers are starting to go down over on that side, New York, New Jersey. But it's still a lot. So, and the great thing is the governor is watching it and making his own decisions, which is good too. Not telling people to drink disinfectant. Which was, and you know, somebody that don't have a brain probably will drink it because it was some couple that had the coronavirus and they said something about the drug that he had recommended that's for the lupus patients, but some liquid something had that drug in it or had the characteristics of that drug and they drank it and died. It's like just sad. And June says we stay down until the 1st of May. Tiffany says I don't know our stay home date because I don't leave home. That's what I said. A lot of people are struggling with this stay at home. But when you work from home and all you do is go to the grocery store, get gas, and the post office, and then the post office will even pick up if you tell them. But sometimes people get me their money late, and I still be feeling obliged to get their package in the mail on the same day, long as the office is open. So then that's when I go make the drop-offs. But I try to give stuff to my mail person, my mail carrier. And Sandra says, does she remember that? That is so sad. Yeah, that was the saddest thing. They couldn't they wouldn't let them come to the hospital or something. And so they decided to take the advice of that medication would cure it. And they drank something or took something. I can't remember what they took now. It's been a while. It's got to be at least a month ago. And because there's so much news on it. But they actually had them on primetime news that it was so devastating. It was just ridiculous. Like, people, you got to think for yourself. Tiffany says, I just go to the doctor and to fabric shopping. That's all I did. Scott does the shopping. Well, that's pretty cool. You know, I used to do all the shopping for our house. I used to do all the Sam's runs and the grocery stores, and since this stuff has been out, my sister's been doing my Sam's runs, and I haven't even needed anything from Sam's. And then my husband has been doing more of the grocery runs. Now, since my daughter was in a car accident and she's trying to get the remainder of her money that she needs to pay her part. I don't think her car has been picked up yet, but since she's working from home till the end of May, she was trying to wait because they told her it will only take them 2 weeks to fix her car. So she's been trying to take money out of each paycheck to put aside for the part that she would have to pay for. So yeah, with these young folks, they get insurance policies and you end up having $1,000 deductible, and when you stay by yourself and you got to pay all your bills, you got to work to get your money, and I'm trying to help her to be a grown-up by not assisting her this time. So trying to get her to handle her own business. June, you're funny. She talking about, oops, forgive me. I thought you said Trump had a brain problem. It's 5 a.m. here. Well, that, it could be questionable. Did you see that doctor's face when Trump said that? No, I didn't see it because I didn't. I had watched so much of the live news that it was starting to really get on starting to stress me out, all this stuff going on. And so I stopped watching for a period. And so I would only do like real quick updates just to know when we were going to be lifted and stuff like that. And so I have not been paying too much attention to it. So I did not see it. I have not even seen the replay. I guess I should go look on YouTube. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. But yeah, just making all kinds of stuff. And Diane says time does the shopping for us. Kelly says Kansas numbers were going down until the fools decided to hold protests outside the Capitol in Topeka. Couldn't believe the news film. So many people congregating. No mask, no social distancing. So it did go back up, huh? That's a shame. June says, still awake, but will go out like a light when I give in. Oh my gosh. Teresa says, my sister-in-law and I went to the store the other day and we wore gloves and masks. I'm only watching small updates. Yeah, because it was stressing me out because that's why I couldn't sleep earlier part of this month because I had so much stuff that was in my head and so many people dying. And, and I had also, being a line dancer, we used to travel around the USA for line dancing. And so my news feed was just filled with people that were either in the hospital or dead from this virus. And then you still got people saying that it's not a real virus. So yeah, just be safe. Take all precautions that you can. Nothing's going to save you 100%, but you can do your part to try to cover at least 90%. Do what you can. Mary talking about that. Kelly, I'm embarrassed for Kansas and then calling the governor every name in the book. Yep. Kayla says, I had to order some black fabric for the border, so hopefully I can get it before the deadline. I hope you get it too, because a lot of people in here have been saying that they can't find black fabric anywhere. So it's just people are using it. And your fabric doesn't have to be like solid black Kona cotton. It can be a black tone on tone print. It can be a print. I talked about that in one of the videos as well, one of the lives where I showed you some fabric. So if you've got some black that's not black and white, we don't want it like screaming white, but if it's a gray or something, we'll go ahead and take it considering the circumstances. But if it's, we don't want it to read as a black and white print. So just in case. Yeah, Tiffany says that she buy black and white by the boat, so that she always has some on hand when she needs it. So that's pretty good. Diane says, this is Diane Watson, says, I always buy black by the boat for that reason. It's great as sashings or borders. Jennifer J says, hi T and everyone just watching tonight. God bless us all. Hey Jennifer, girl, we've been on here for a while. We're about to sign off. So yeah, so that's all that I have for you guys. I guess I gotta stay up now and wait for this thing to spool so I can erase portions of this video, I guess. Oh my God. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all for hitting the thumbs up button. I really appreciate it. Next live, I'm hoping will be not Wednesday. Hopefully Monday at 1 p.m. Just depends on how my work schedule is going. I'm hoping that still works out. I've been able to schedule stuff around the 1 p.m. So if nothing else shows up on my actual work schedule where I'm making money, then I'll be back Monday at 1 p.m. so that we can do these lives at different times. Otherwise, we'll be back Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So again, thank you all so much for being here with me. I appreciate you all coming to chat with me. It's entertaining for me as well. I like you all. Y'all are so funny in this chat, so I appreciate you guys. Teresa says, what is Teresa? I know 2 people that have died from this virus. One was 40-year-old and healthy, and an elderly woman that had just got better from the virus and died from something else. It was so sad. So yes, it is. It's just horrific what's going on. So thank you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and lean in, cut this off, and I will see you all on our next live. Bye everybody. Stay blessed and stay safe. I gotta lean in.